she's only this little. This one time, I was like, so if it takes an hour that we need to lay with her because she wants her mommy and daddy, then we need to do it. But seeing it with her, it makes me appreciate it in me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It took about 3 to 4 days until she was fine, but like naps and bedtime was terrible.
Hey, how are you?
Are you almost done?
Oh, they haven't seen your hair.
Well, they have now.
Just love this. Like it's not styled right now, but yesterday he surprised me. I was shocked because he was like,
Here's the thing,
I want to cut it.
In a perfect world, I could have this haircut like in the summer, and then in the wintertime, it would just bang.
Mullet.
Like, yeah,
or long
be
hair.
long again, you know? But the problem with that is I'd have to start growing it for the wintertime, like in the summer. So it just doesn't really...
Right. Okay, so we are going to get right into it. So y'all really enjoyed our catch up with us, Q&A.
Yeah.
Almost like podcasty vibes. Like we really weren't.
It kind of was podcasty.
It was because we were just talking
Right.
and asking questions. We didn't really get questions.
Yeah.
That's what this one's kind of gonna be. So we just wanted to sit down and almost like me and you have a conversation about being parents. We have been parents now for 2.5 years. If you include pregnancy, it'll be more than that. But 2.5 since baby came out of my canal. So I feel like we have changed a lot as people. Yeah, so let's start with you. Like, how are you doing, first of all?
I feel like it's so quiet in here. It's
like
kind of
that.
bothering me.
Oh, I like it.
Well, no, I like it too, but it's never, because like the air conditioner isn't even running right now, so it's super like... Anyway, what did you ask me?
How are you doing?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
Like as a parent?
Yeah.
In some of our last videos, when we've like briefly mentioned it, we've talked about like how kind of stressful it was. But I feel like Ivy has like, I hate to say gotten better, but because that would mean that she was bad. But what I'm trying to say is right after she turned 2, she kind of had like a little spell, but I feel like she has gotten out of that a little bit. And she recently has been doing better.
Yeah. Well, it's always going to be changing.
Right.
You know, like.
Yeah.
I
mean, 2 months from now may be the worst that we've had yet, but.
But what's also, what I've picked up on is it's honestly how we perceive it, you know, because she's 2, she's developing so much in her mind too, and so she has big feelings, and so I think I am in a place where I feel like I'm just constantly going in my mind. I feel busy, I'm making myself stress, all of that. Anything she does is gonna make me more, you know what I mean? The perception's gonna be different versus if I'm in a season of, you know what, I just need to be more patient. I'm more understanding of her growth and how she's, okay, she's only acting like this because she's just trying to figure out her feelings, then I'm able to be more patient with it and not let it stress me out. Because that's a lot of it is, I feel like us. It's just how we take things that happen because she's 2, you know? And that's what we both talked about is like, so it's taken us like an hour of laying with her each night to get her to go to sleep. And so there were nights where we're like, oh, we just wanted like time to ourselves tonight, whatever. But then I'm like, Hunter, she's only this little. This one time, I was like, so if it takes an hour that we need to lay with her because she wants her mommy and daddy, then we need to do it. That's what I mean by it is what we make it.
Right.
And I do want to like disclaimer, parenting with us might look different with how you parent and vice versa. So be nice. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect with how they parent. And and we love Ivy so freaking much. She's our whole wide world.
So how are you doing?
I guess going off of that, just I'm trying to be better. And slow down, not try to like allow myself to be busy all the time.
Right.
Church was really good, like the sermon, the past sermon was just about creating healthy habits, and a lot of times it's almost like we make busyness an idol in a way, you know, it's like
make it seem like it's a good thing.
A good thing, and like sometimes we just need literally to rest. So I'm trying to be more intentional with that, and so being more intentional with Ivy. But I will say, I have been having a lot of mom guilt lately. I hate when she sees me on my phone. And mostly when I'm on my phone, I'm editing or, you know, doing the work stuff. I feel guilty, and that's why we try to create this healthy balance of like, if we know we have to film, we try to get somebody to watch her and go play with her. I don't know, I'm just having a lot of mom guilt. Like I feel like I'm not a good mom.
You are, though. You're the best mom for her.
Thanks. But like even in the moments where like disciplining and stuff.
Yeah.
Because she is getting to the stage where she's testing the waters with us. And so I'm constantly being like, was I too much? Am I being too harsh? Am I not being more understanding? So I feel like guilty. Like I feel like I'm not doing a good job. Like I don't know how to do it.
Like you said earlier, like we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. It doesn't make you a bad parent, and it doesn't mean that somebody else would be better.
I think too, with the way of the world, it feels like it's getting darker and darker, you know, and you're like, how do you raise a kid in this world? And so I'm constantly thinking of future Ivy too. And I'm like, how will like this moment possibly affect the next and the next? And then like, I want her to be like a good little human, you know? She's
getting to the age where you, like you said, like she's testing like what we will like let her get away with. You know, there's obviously things that she can't do, like just for her own safety, and we tell her no, and then she will still try to do it, you know. So that's the moment we have to tell her, like, you know, mommy and daddy want the best for you. Like sometimes you may not understand why you can't do XYZ. I think in those moments sometimes about like when she's 13 and 16 and 18, you know, like those like kind of bigger scenarios, right? And like how I want her to be able to like not only handle things like herself, I don't want her to also feel like that we're like a dictatorship like parents, you know.
Like I want her to be able to come to us and be like, mom and dad, like I know this might disappoint you, but I did this and like this is how it made me feel, and so then we can, like, I'm trying to parent her now how we'll parent her later on. And I know it's different because she's 2. But it is, that's good, because I've been thinking a lot about that too. And in those moments, like, you know, sometimes we have, like, for example, at night, I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. And in my head, I'm like, should I let her stay up a little longer or no? But like, I know she's tired. I know she needs sleep. And so, well, sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, well, one day if she wants to do something, you know how we say, you do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And so it's like, where is that balance? And so that's where I'm like,
I think that right there is an age thing. Like right now, anything that she doesn't want to do, you know, that's what she's gonna be pitching a fit about. It's like when she's older, then we can start like explaining to her, like, you know, if somebody else tells you something to do and you don't want to do it, then you don't, you know, and she will learn like right from wrong. But right now she doesn't know that.
Because I will say, I feel like we have done a better job implementing things. Okay, the bed thing. I don't want to go to sleep. I don't sleep. Well, we're like, no, you have to go to sleep. In the other sense of, I want to color on something. And for example, I don't know, like something that would make a mess. And so internally we're like, oh, I don't want her to do that, but just because it's going to make a mess and all that. But I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, should we, you know what I mean? So we have been more things that aren't a big deal, but we make a big deal into us.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm
trying not to do that.
That's one thing I've always tried to do, is like when she makes a mess, whether it's like she drops a bag of goldfish on the floor or something, you know, whatever it is, and she's like, well, sometimes I get upset. She drops her food on the floor. I'm like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be upset. I'm like, we can pick him up. You know, it's not the end of the world kind of thing.
Because we haven't ever, like, she's never got in trouble for making a mess.
No.
Before we continue the video talking about all the parenting things, we want to take a moment and thank our sponsor for this video, KiwiCo. We just got a KiwiCo Panda Crate in. I love it because it honestly gives me ideas of things to do with Ivy. Are you excited? You want to do it? Okay. Let me set it up, okay? So the crate, it comes with 2 months worth of activities to do with your toddler. Panda crates are specifically designed for infants and toddlers from 0 to 36 months. Whatever age your child's at is what these crates are good for. So I love it because they'll send you a new crate every 2 months if you want. But even if you don't want a subscription, you can go on their website and just buy a single crate, which I love. So let's do it. We gotta go fill this up with water, okay? Put the blue right here, put that right here, okay? And I'm gonna pour some water over it, okay? All right, now get a red one out. Yep, just one, and put it in this one. Okay, good. Now let's make this water red. Let's mix these colors, watch. So what color's in here? It's red? I'm gonna pour blue in, okay? What color is that, Ivy?
Purple.
Purple! So look, blue and red make purple! Yay! Yay! So what I love about the crates is that it's designed specifically for your child's age development. So
It's gonna be great.
yeah, so for the next 2 months, we have multiple activities to do, experiences to do together. And it saves me like a headache of trying to figure out things to do because sometimes I just feel like I'm not that creative. So what I love about these two is that obviously it's very safe for your child. They not only make it fun, but safe. It gives a play-by-play of how to do all the activities and what it's good for, specifically brain developmental wise.
Whether you have a budding scientist, a creative artist, or anything in between, KiwiCo has the resources to fuel the minds of your growing children.
And here's the best part. You can get your first month 50% off by using our code Cordle or click the link in the description box below. So if y'all been looking for something to do with your kids, but that's also going to be beneficial to their learning and growing stages, then we highly recommend KiwiCo. And so again, thank you KiwiCo for sponsoring today's video. Now, back to the rest of the video. We have gotten a lot of questions about the Passy thing, so I'll touch on that real quick. She's completely over it. I'm like, wait, she don't have a Passy anymore.
I know. It's kind of sad. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
she's only 2 weeks or whatever, a month now without the Passy. So she's really not any older, but it makes her feel like she's older. And then what's sad is like, she never asked for it. She's asked for it a handful of times.
In the
Like
beginning.
if she asked for it last week. She was so upset.
I forgot about that. She just
She would just, yeah. And she doesn't really cry a lot. She just kind of gets upset.
Yeah.
You know? She hates riding in her car seat. She was in the car seat. She didn't want to get out. She's like, I just want a Passy. And I was like,
and
she
it
hasn't
had
it
been
in
weeks.
like a month. Yeah.
But then it was fine. We were just
Yeah.
like, remember, we don't have it, and she didn't say anything.
Yeah.
We packed her Passy in a little box, and she colored on the box, and we said that the Passy was being sent to other babies, new babies that needed Passys. We just constantly like hyped it up, and days before it happened, we kind of like talked it up too, and then we put it on the front porch. The mailman came and got it,
Yeah.
and then replaced the package with the Passy with a new toy. And so we like got a ball pit and stuff because she was been wanting one of those. It took about 3 to 4 days until she was fine, but like naps and bedtime was terrible without the Passy the first few days, just because she was crying and wanting it. The reason we did the whole like sending it off versus just taking it is because we could say, well, remember you gave it to, it made her feel like she was a part of it and it wasn't just mommy and daddy taking it away. You know, after 4 days, like she really didn't ask for it. Very randomly she would, but then it would be like, well, we don't have it. We gave it to babies and she was fine. So what's your favorite thing about being a parent right now?
I don't know. You go first. I'm gonna have to think about it.
Okay. I think my favorite thing right now is just seeing her be independent to an extent. Just seeing her literally become her own person, and her little personality, it reminds me of me. And sometimes I get insecure with my personality. I'm like, oh, people think I'm too much, I'm over the top, whatever. But seeing it with her, it makes me appreciate it in me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I am proud of who I am, and because I want her to be proud of who she is too. She's so spunky. She's hilarious.
She is.
She's so funny.
I gotta say, that's probably my favorite thing too. I'm glad you said that. Being with her, like, it's so funny because she's only 2, but she tries to make us laugh.
Oh, yeah.
She, like, literally goes out of her way to try to make us laugh, and it's the funniest thing ever.
And what did she say to you the other day
I don't know.
about the friends?
Oh, a lot of our friends that live here that we hang out with, they all have kids like very similar to Ivey's age. I walked in here, I can't remember exactly what she said now, but she was like, I like making my friends laugh. And I was like, yeah.
I just squirted water like out of the straw into my nose.
Nice. I was like, oh, that's good. You know, I didn't know what to say, but like internally, I was like happy.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm glad you like making them laugh. Like, laughing is a good thing, you know? I asked her already, and obviously she don't even know, she doesn't even know what this means, but like I'll ask her like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because she likes making people laugh. She sings a lot. And like the other day when we were in Nashville, there was this girl singing with her guitar in our hotel. It was just her and her guitar, like one person thing. And so Ivey was just like obsessed with her.
Mesmerized.
And she was just like clapping. Nobody in the room it was in a hotel lobby. So there's just people like walking around. Like nobody was really paying the girl
We were the
attention.
only people sitting and watching her basically.
Yeah. So I say that to say nobody was clapping. Ivey just started clapping with the song and clapping. Yeah. And then she was like, good job, you know?
Yeah.
And then she even walked up there. I had like a little cash, so I gave it to Ivy. I'm like, take this to her. So she took it up there, which I couldn't believe because she is shy with people that she doesn't know. I feel like I could see her being some kind of like entertainer, I guess, like that, because she likes being silly, she likes making people laugh, she likes singing, and she was just, like you said, mesmerized by that girl. If
there's something that somebody said to you or that you've learned for yourself that made a huge difference in parenting or whatever, comment it below. We'd love to check it out and look at that. But yeah, or parenting books. I'm into reading and listening to things. So if y'all have any recommendations on parenting and specifically, you know, like biblical parenting too.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a like if you liked it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.